Hello and welcome to Apex Online Racing Season 6, Tier 7. A single class of GT3s competing over 8 rounds in varying conditions to claim the top spot in both the individual and team championships. Today we bring you highlights of the second race of the season from Suzuka. Unfortunately, due to technical issues, the first round of the season is unavailable to us. However, the commanding winner of that race was Jason Dyer, who is not on the grid today, leaving the rest of the field eyeing the overall top spot in the championship. Coming in second at Monza was Paul Hinsley, who is on the grid today and in prime position to capitalize. The final spot of the podium was claimed by Ivar Kangsep, also on the grid today but starting the race with a drive-through penalty awarded by the stewards for an incident in the first race at Monza. Other drivers with drive-through penalties to serve at the start of this race are Smith in the 13 Lexus, Watson in the 14 Audi, and Kononov in a 744 Lexus. Representing the very close field today, our top 5 drivers all did beneath the 2-minute one. The P1 Robert Fodor, 2-minute 579. P2 Ivar Kangsep, 2 minutes 666. Hendrik Saros in P3 with the 2-minute 774. Andrej Kuchar in P4 with the 2-minute 984, Matt Cooley in P5 with the 2-minute 996. The rest of the field starts from John Becker in P6 with the 2-minute 01.005 and all the way to P19 201.947 Vasilis Amygdalas. Those are the 201 drivers. And then from P20 all the way down to P33 the 202 drivers. So this field is nice and stacked. P34 is Nick Kononov, 203.267, Eros Huzaj, 203.534, Steven Bezic, 203.711, Peter Piss and Karo Pekara did not have good laps in quali and will be starting at the back of the grid. Join the race as the field comes around the last corner of the circuit and down the start-finish straight. We're on board with our pole position sitter, Mr. Fodor, who is followed by Kangsep and Haris Sarwas, 2 Hondas hunting down the Audi at the front. And we're away! The lights are green. Robert Fodor and Belgian Audi Club team, nice and clear, good start. He is away. Turn 1 is his. It's a nice clean start from the field so far. Very impressive. All the 38 cars just in for position. Looks like everyone has made it through. Just about okay. Minor contacts at the back, which I'm sure will be reviewed later. The leaders already pulling away from the rest of the field, Fodor and Kangsep. Oh, well, this could be a race of what could have been for Kangsep. Fodor happily leading the field away. The rest of the pack coming through cleanly after going through the S's. Some cars 2 abreast and everyone begins to file back into position now. It's a wonderful sight to behold. It's a lovely track in Japan hosting all these cars. And the first lap the cars are beginning to shuffle already. 210 Martin Olejars having a look at Jamie Ellis going into the chicane. Oh, and he just sends it up the inside, makes it work. Jamie Ellis wisely pulls out and decides that it's a long good race and he will make it work for him later down the line. That gives Ellis P13 on the race. Tries to block off the inside of turn 1. One move, they both keep it clean between themselves. On to lap 2, John Becker having a look at Torpedo. John Becker in the 114 Lexus. He's having a look and he takes around the outside. Oh, 2 abreast through the chicane. This is some fantastic driving from both drivers. And Beckham makes it through, makes it past Torpedo cleanly into P6. And he's away. Looks like a bit of a back and forth through there. Both drivers keeping it sensible. On to lap 3, Conor McCarthy. 2 seasons ago, the champion, having a look through at Kirill Pozarski. This is for P17 into turn 1. Hard on the brakes. He makes it work. That Lamborghini going back 1 position. Oh no, going back 2 positions. It looks like Mr. Schultz has found a way through in the 101 Lexus. Kirill Pozarski will be kicking himself for that, but he will regroup and be going again. Fantastic move from Conor McCarthy to get this going. Lap 3, he is upper position already. Here we have Tripp and the 420 Bentley. He's having a look at Paul Scott. This is for P22. Going through the S's, Paul Scott just goes wide. Opens the door and Tripp gladly takes the position away. Keeps going and he just makes it his. He will have Mr. O'Brien and Steph Farrell in his sights in the next couple of laps. What a start to the race. Hobnob Racing, 420. We see you. Go on Tripp. On to lap 6, Ben Hitchcock having a look at Lord Nem. Ben Hitchcock had a very, very unfortunate race last time out in Monza. Oh no! He's gone wide. He's gone wide in the Degners. Lord Nem has taken it up the inside, approaching the hairpin. This is not where Ben wanted to start his race, but it looks like he's kept it together. He has claimed that position back. He sticks to P14, shows Lord Nem his brake lights, and away they go. Some nice clean racing up and down the field. Ben Hitchcock retains his position in P14. Jamie Ellis having a look at Ollie Jaws from, remember this from the first lap, coming out of the chicane again. These two have been on each other like rice on white. And yep, Jamie Ellis is going around the outside of turn 1, is going to make it work. Oh no, he just took him for speed. I have a sneaking suspicion Ollie George recognized what he did and gave that position back. Either way, fantastic driving from Jamie Ellis in the 228 Nissan. Go with speed, Gojia. Foxmouth Autosports. Harlan Hatter having a look at Wilfred Bijou here. Hatter in the 23 Nissan, Bijou in the McLaren. Oh, they touch, but it's just a minor contact approaching 130R. What's going to happen? Are they going to go 2 abreast? Is it going to happen? Oh, what a move. Fantastic driving. That is some heart-in-mouth moments right there. And Harlan Hatter keeps the position. And he's away. I'm sure that they will have a look at themselves again that later down the race. Now we're on to lap 8. Steph Farrell. He's in front of Daniel Oppenheisen. Daniel starting from a lot further back on this race, and he has had a fantastic start to his race. Lap 8, and he's already sniffing up to the top 20. He makes a move down the inside of turn 1. Oh, what a move. What a move. Steph Farrell left the door open, and Daniel Oppenheisen took it. Fantastic driving from both drivers again. They fall back into line, and away we go. This is fantastic for all to watch. What a race. Wilfred Bijou having another look at Harlan Hatter. Hatter made a move on him earlier in this race, and it seems Hatter's been stuck behind Zage in P7 now, so Bijou's coming around the spoon. Oh, Hatter's gone wide. Hatter has gone wide, opened the door for Bijou, and he's right through. Wilfred with the pass. Very good driving there from both drivers. Well, from 64, the McLaren. I'm sure Harlan Hatter will be kicking himself for going wide there. It's a long race. It's only lap 9. I'm sure they'll find themselves fighting for position all over the field again. Oh, Wilfred is not wasting any time. He is straight onto the back of Lucas Zig. He makes a move down into turn 1, inside of turn 1. Both cars on the brakes. Oh, what a move. The McLaren on a charge. Well done, Wilfred. He makes the move into turn 1, approaches the SS. Very difficult to reclaim a position once you're into the SS. All 3 cars are back in line again, and I believe Wilfred runs away with this right now. But I'm sure Lucas Zage will be on his tail. Meanwhile, on lap 12, we have Torpedo and Paul Hensley just in for position. Ooh, the Bentley and the Lexus. The Lexus of Paul Hensley is pulled up on the inside. There's a car coming out of the pits. It's all happening. 6-9 makes a pass on 86 and makes it stick. Fantastic driving. Good overtake. Nothing Paul Hensley in the Bentley could do. He will be kicking himself. He'll be trying to get as far forward as he can. He has a genuine shot at leading the championship after this race is done. Oh, what a race we have on our hands. It's lap 12, lap 13, and Wilfred is having a look at Zig again. What's happening here? Wilfred goes wide into Spoon, very wide, runs very, very wide into Spoon. He rejoins, it looks like a safe enough rejoin. Oh, they make contact. They make some contact. Wilfred keeps the position, but I'm sure that he would have a bit of a warning there from the guy for what cutting the track limits. But it's as you were. Lucas just keeps up the pressure. He has seen that Wilfred will make mistakes if the pressure comes. He now has to keep it together. Torpedo's having a look at John Becker on lap 14. It's left, it's right, it's left again. Approaching the hairpin, he has a look up the inside. 69 on the inside of 114. Makes his stick, cuts up, and he makes his exit. Makes a nice, much cleaner exit out of the hairpin. Lap 14, Torpedo with a torpedo. Nice pass for P5. P4, I should say. Fantastic driving. Oh, Becker's going to have a look again going through Spoon. No. He has closed that off nicely. Speaking of Zeg, we're back on board on lap 16. Wilfred and Luca having a look at themselves again. Wilfred had run wide, let Luca through. It seems the pressure is getting to both drivers. Fantastic back and forth between them. Both run a little wide through the hairpin, keep their positions, and the rest of the cars behind them are closing up. This is fantastic to watch. Number 5 of Luca in P10 pushes his way up into P9, overtaking 64 McLaren. This is fantastic driving. This is what we came to see. Meanwhile, the master of dirt is in P10 in this fantastic looking 969 Audi. He's having a look up, just watching the proceedings in front between Wilfred and Luca. Oh, and Wilfred runs wide coming out of the S's. Oh no! And the 969 is through. The 969 is through on Wilfred, and I believe that is Harlan Hatter also through on Wilfred. Wilfred has lost both positions he made up in the previous 16 laps. He's going to have all his work to do again in front of him. This midfield pack is keeping us busy. Now onto lap 17, a bit further down the pack, 92 Caro Piacara having a look at Paul Scott going into the chicane. Oh, it looks like he's just missed his braking point, run a bit wide there, and the 92 reclaims the position. All's well that ends well. No harm, no foul. We proceed as we were. Piacara leading Paul Scott. Paul Scott is not happy. He's flashing his lights. I'm sure there will be a discussion afterwards between them. Meanwhile, he's got to defend his position going into turn 1. Meanwhile, on lap 19, Harlan Hatter having another look at the master of dirt. This battle for P10 is heating up. The Audi runs wide, allows Harlan through. They're side by side coming out Spoon. Now it's a straight race up to 130R. They tuck back in behind themselves. I think Harlan has made this work. Meanwhile, the master of dirt is having a little look up the inside, see if he can make it work into 130R. Scare him a bit. Nope. Everybody keeps it clean, keeps it tidy. Some great nerves of steel between the drivers here. Daniel Oppenheisen chasing down Conor McCarthy. Daniel in P16 on lap 20. Fantastic drive from him so far. Oh, he takes the inside going up to the chicane. Both drivers hard on the brakes. Daniel Oppenheisen with the fantastic overtake in that Mercedes, the 42 Mercedes, making it work for him. And he's away. He's away from Conor McCarthy. That is a fantastic pass. We are looking forward to more of that. Well done, Daniel Oppenheisen. Conor McCarthy will be having a look to see if he can make his way back. Meanwhile, on lap 21, we have Wilfred Peugeot having another look at the master of dirt. This is fantastic driving. Oh no, the master of dirt has gone wide. He went for some of the dirt in his name. He just had to have a little touch. I see what happened there. Lets Wilfred through. Wilfred is gladly taking that, approaching 130R. The Audi's back up on the inside though. What's going to happen is going to be too wide. Oh, no. Nice, sensible driving from both drivers. Oh, Wilfred having a look straight up on Harlan Hatter on the next lap, I believe. Turn 1, approaching the S's. They're side by side. How's it going to go? Wilfred has the inside into the S's, claims the position. Harlan backs out, and we are back in tow again. This is a fantastic fight between all 4 drivers for P9, 10, 11. What a drive. Wilfred opening a little gap, and he'll be hoping that Harlan Hatter is held back, defending his position, and he can just pull away and make this work for him. Meanwhile, on lap 23, we have Nick Kononov, chasing down Adam Bowers. Coming out of 130R, approaching the triangle. What's it going to be? He sends it. He sends it. He cuts the corner. That is not part of the track, and he seems to yield the position following that. As you were, and it looks like Kangzap is going to follow through after serving his drive-through. He is trying to charge back up the field. Meanwhile, AO seems on lap 24, overtaking his teammate Sindri Ragnarsson. Sindri is in the pits, it looks like, and AO up to P22 from P31. So far, not a terrible drive. And all right, that was an easy pass. I believe the pit stops will play a huge part in the race between AO, Sindri, and Beeswax Racing over the race. And AO keeps the charge on, chasing Vasilis Amygdalas in lap 25, approaching the end of the race now. It's been a fantastic race between everyone, and oh no! Vasilis has run wide! He has run wide, just allowed AO straight into the hairpin. You don't have to ask him twice. He takes the position with the Ferrari, and he's away. Pulling away, the gap's even widening, coming out the hairpin. Vasilis will be kicking himself for that in that Mercedes. He'll be on the hunt to reclaim that position. Meanwhile, lap 26, Daniel Oppenheisen chasing down Hacken Schott. Coming out of the chicane one more time. Daniel's favorite move, it seems like, into turn 1. They are side by side, going into turn 1 down the start-finish straight. Daniel has the better line approaching this corner. Daniel's on the brakes. Hacken's trying to come back in through turn 2. Nope. And the 42 Mercedes makes his stick. He is in front into the S's. How many times do we say that today? Great racing from PR Racing, Daniel Oppenheisen, and Hacken Schott having to look right back in the 101 Lexus. Is going to find a way through after the S's. Oh no, Daniel's let the pressure get to him. He starts going backwards. He's on the dirt. He's have auditioned for the Master of Dirt position. Meanwhile, Hacken Schott takes that position. Fantastic driving from both drivers once more. Hacken Schott up in P13. Cements his position, and away we go. Meanwhile, on lap 28, Marcin Olejars and Luca Zeg battling for position again. Oh no, and the 218 and 210 car runs wide. Allows Luca Zeg alongside coming out Spoon. It's going to be a race to the top. Somehow Marcin keeps that position. It's 210 leading from number 5, P7, P8. Luca will be hunting that extra position. Fine driving from both drivers, 130 out taken safely. Meanwhile, on lap 28, Adam Bowers chasing down Nick Kononov, approaching the triangle after 130R. Not entirely sure. Oh, and he's taking an excursion. Adam Bowers is taking an excursion through the sand, and yeah, I'm sure that would have a little looking at afterwards. Not entirely sure. Oh, and there's the drive-throughs. The stewards have seen fit to give him a drive-through for cutting the track. Well, meanwhile at the race finish, Saras in the 67 Honda. Hendrik Sauers leading the race. He's had a fine race so far in P1, 67. Crosses the line, takes the glory. P2 four-doors coming through the triangle. Lost one position throughout the race. Sure, he will not be very happy. However, the points are in the bag for him. Four-door looking very good for this championship, followed by Matt Cooley in the Hobnob 421. The Bentley's looking mean and menacing this season. We love a good Bentley. And that's it for this race. The season is much longer. We still have 6 more races to go. Next race is in Hungaroring, and the weather report looks like it shall be wet. Looking forward to seeing you there. Now let's see what that means in terms of results for the race. In P1 we had Hendrik Saras on 100 points, followed by Robert Fodor with 90, Matt Cooley in 3rd. John Becker is in 4th, Torpedo in 5th, Paul Hensley in 6th, Marcin Olejars in 7th, Luca Zeg 8th, Wilfred in 9th, and Harlan Hatter in 10th. Now the rest of the field shares the points all the way down to P38. Now let's see what that means in terms of the driver standings for the race. P1 we have Matt Cooley, 154 points in the McVitie's Hobnobs Bentley car. Paul Hensley is in P2, 150 points. P3, Robert Fodor, 134 points. P4, Wilfred Bijou after a fantastic up and down race, 113 points. Jason Dyer, 100 points. He did not compete in this race, but still in the top 5. Hendrik Saras, also on 100 points, after winning this race outright. Jamie Ellis in P7, 96 points. Torpedo in P8, 92 points. Harlan Hatter in 9th, 91 points. In 10th, we have John Becker with 85 points. The rest of the field is Lucas Zaig, Gav Diesel, Ivar Kangsep, Marcin Olejars, Vasilis Amygdalas, Conor McCarthy, Domagoj Tunziktic, and Nins rounding up the top 18. Ben Hitchcock in 19th, Steph Farrell in 20th, Paul Scott 21st, George Darras 22nd, Hakan Schott 23rd, Daniel Oppenheisen 24th, Lord Nem in 25th, Kevin Rangsang in 26th, Matt O'Brien in 27th, Kirill Pojarski in 28th, Andrzej Kuchar in 29th, the Master of Dirt in 30th, Stephen Beeswax in 31st, 32nd is Daniel Smith, 33rd is Ayo, 34th is Stanislav Krukov, 35th is Sindri Ragnarsson, 36th is Peter Piss, 37 is Strip, 38 is Nick Kononov, 39th is Adam Bowers, 40th Karol Piekara, 41st Urus Hushak, 42nd Radomir Kazerski, 43rd Jordan Watson, and 44th Raining Thunder. Once again, thank you for joining us for this event. We're looking forward to the next one. Join us next week at the Hungaroring, where there's bound to be lots of twists and turns. It's a wet track, it's a thin track, there's going to be lots of potential overtakes, and also lots of annoyed drivers stuck behind other drivers. Take care.